Just going to review price action. The week low that I anticipated to be run has been run, swept, and there was a short during New York. Hopefully some of you guys caught it. I marked it all up on the screen. I'll show you during why I'm making this video. I've never really been one for setting orders, but I'm actually contemplating that. If I see like a New York position I see that could is high probable, I might just set an order on it. So yeah, I might start sharing that if that's something that I do. I'll jump into this video so it gets interesting rather than me speaking. But yeah, so I want to share how you could get involved in the market and how you can take high probable trades and follow one direction, take one trade per session, and maybe see a bit more consistency and have a better psychology, or approach your trading and have good psychology. And if you've got good psychology, good technicals, we're going to go far. It's going to help a lot. But so say for this instance, we come to the chart here, okay? And I know the chart's all marked up, we know what's happened, but we didn't know what was going to happen here. And I said I was waiting for my 15. So you come to the chart here, and like I said before, I'm going to wait for my 15-minute market shift here within the structure. What does this say? That then tells me if the medium time frames just give a market shift, that means we're starting to follow the higher time frame story again, the higher time frame leg. And that's what you want to be on. The 4 hour and 15-minute aligned. So if we have the 4 hour and 50-minute bearish, and this is a week low until this high goes, then we're just going to take shorts the whole week if they're presented until the low goes, and then we'll reassess, see what price action's doing. And say, for instance, if we got a 4 hour, come deep in here, we've got a 4 hour market shift, it gets respected, and then demand starts to hold, and so is the 15, the 4 hours aligned, we're going to continue taking longs until the higher high goes, because then it's going to have to pull back, or if the low goes, and then we're just going to reassess the story and start to change. Hopefully that makes sense. So in this instance, we have our higher time frame story of being bearish. The 15-minute is aligned, so we're just going to try during our session take shots until this low gets swept. So it's just going to help with guidance, and it's going to help a lot when you're trading sessions. Obviously we've got these marked up. Let's remove these. So we come to our session, and you could use these as well, an extra confluence. I only trade London, so I'm only taking trades within here. Of course, as I said, I don't really set orders, but you could have set an order here because you've got the understanding. That's where I come back in New York. But so just add the confluences, and you know where you're going to be trading. So we know we're only taking shorts until this low goes. So this is our session. Oh, we got a market shift. Nothing happened during our session. Let's see what the next day brings. Right, this is when I gave my outlook. What's happened? Hopefully you could spot this before I speak through it. We've been through this a couple of times. What's happened here? Low, high, low, high, low. We are making internal lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and we're going to continue with the order flow. Price action is not against us, we're just getting in the way. So what's another confluence you could do? If this isn't clear to you, your eyes don't see it yet, and I say to you, we've got a break of structure here. What happens after a break of structure? On all time frames, you can anticipate a pullback. If this is pulling back, where's it likely to go? The last lower high. What's in the lower high? Liquidity to take. We're going to, and obviously the Asia range, which is a good confluence. Come up, sweep the Asia range, mitigate the last lower high, and go make a new lower low. That's the understanding. And if your eyes haven't seen it yet, and obviously you keep collecting case studies, back testing, there's a lot obviously you could be doing, then you've got more confluences you could be adding. Let's go to fractals. Might not stand it to you here, but what's as clear as day here? Low, high, low. Obviously you're going to go for the last lower high, And then what is this here? And do you see anything that stands out to you? I've never seen anyone talk about this stuff. Obviously I got taught it by another trader that I had to pay 5,000 for 1 month of mentorship, and I'm sharing it with you guys for free. There's a lot in the bag, but I'm trying my best. What does this look like? It's a range, of course. But what happens at a range? Let's go to the 4 hour. Does that not look similar? Range. What's at the end of the range? Pressure is coming in. What's this? Oh, it was going to be a bullish candle. It's getting pressure. And then what happens before the impulse? Great. What happens before the impulse? That nice, beautiful, bearish doji candle. Let's go to the 1 hour. Look at this. Nice range. What happens at the end of the range before the impulse? Nice doji candles. Hopefully you've seen this. And then we've got our impulse away, break of structure. And we're going to go to the 5 minute. We've got more than one zone, so we're going to take half the zone. It's going to come up, sweep major highs maybe. And then we're going to take the low. Because everything's bearish, the higher time frame is bearish, everything's on our side. I think all the confluences you're adding up. And we would get this because of this. Why would we be in this trade? Because our eyes could see the liquidity sweep. What happens? A break of structure. When I'm doing my markups, this isn't, I'm not lying when I say this shit. Where's 1? Liquidity sweep. Where's 2? Break of structure. Rule 2, break of structure. Rule 3, we have to be in premium. Rule 3, we have to be in premium. Obviously yeah. Rule 1, Rule 2, Rule 3. But obviously your eyes start to see it as you start to collect the data and you start to go through it. And here's another thing you could be using. I don't use this too much, but it's a good confluence. The volume tool, if you want to see where the most volume was in, we were likely to come back to. Oh, look at that. Right on our refined zone. Obviously you can move this up to where the most volume is, where they're likely to come back to. So if there's a range, and then you get your impulse, and the most volume line's here, we're likely to come back to the origin of the move, and continue. And you get it here. So this is going to help you with entries if you need it. But obviously we have our rules why we're entering the trade. That's another good confluence if it helps you. Look how clean that is. Wait, let me just go back. Yep. How clean that is. Let me come off, because there was no, I'll back test it so you know. There was a trade in New York that I marked up that I said at the start. I'll go through it now. I'll back test it. Now remember this scenario. We're higher time frame, bearish, and we are remaining bearish until we take this low out. But look at this. Sweep of liquidity, break of structure, anticipating coming back to mitigate the last lower high. We're going to enter to go and put in the new lower low. That's our understanding of what's going on here. So obviously this is messy, we're not involved in any of this. What does this look like? So that's not look similar to this. What is it? Let's go to 1 hour. The low that put in the high is broken. Break of structure. What's likely to happen? Doesn't need to happen, but it's the same thing over and over. We're going to pull back to the last lower high. We're going to enter and put in the lower low Why? Because the higher time frame is bearish. And we are going to take in shorts until this gets taken out. Or even until you come into discount. But obviously this is very clean, it's not always going to be this clean, so, but this is. So what stands out to you? What's rule number one? Sweep of liquidity. What's rule two? Break of structure. Rule three, we know if we go from the high to the low, it's going to be in premium of the most recent leg. Let's take this candle here. Now you can just enter off that if you want, but what do we like? We like refined zones. Oh, look at that, it looks lovely. And brilliant. I like to fill the price. We've got a market shift here. People are going to go long from here when the 4 hours not taking out the lower low yet. We're going to go in the trade and we're going to come and take them. Mark it up though, let your eyes see it. Let me get rid of these. You could also but we've got our way we trade. If you think the Asia highs are going to get swept, put a 7 pip. You never know. But what do we think? What does this look like? This scenario looks the same as this scenario. Let's use this. So you could either, obviously we use refined zones, you can bring it to here, a bigger stop. Look at that. All by accident. That gives you guidance. You know for the week, you're taking shots because the higher time frame is bearish until we take the low out. Then let price action develop and tell you what it's going to do. What happens after a break of structure? Let's go back and look at price action. After this low gets taken, what do we get? A range. Accumulating orders, what happens? Anticipating the pullback into premium. What happens after this low goes? The major low, we get a break of structure, price pulls back into premium. We get this range here, price order flow continues, we get a break of structure. What we can do is anticipate a pullback. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Sometimes you'll get people involved and it's taking people out. Just let the time frames tell you what's going to happen. Let the 15-minute give you a market shift, let it get respected. And then we're just going to try and trade with the 4 hour and the 15-minute. Hopefully this video helps a bit. Just find what the higher time frame's doing and we're just going to tag along until it tells us otherwise. I said I wasn't interested in any longs until this high went. Until this high goes. Now, of course, if you start to get price action taken out the highs, let it get respected with demand before you start taking your longs. But if you're trading with the higher time frame and the 4 hour 15 minutes aligned and you're targeting weak lows because the higher time frame is bearish, you're just going to be taking shots all the way down. And then just let the price action do what it's going to do when the low's been taken. I'm going to stop rambling. Hope you enjoyed that video. What day are we? Thursday. Have a good couple of days, and of course I'll make another video and I'll catch you in that video.